कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative.
Cyrus says, I bought a new house. And let me tell you about the new house and where I am. Okay. I'm going to say words that should not be used in the same sentence. And it may offend a lot of people and cause a lot of anxiety. But I'm going to say them. SakiNaka towards Chandivali. That's where I am. It is so horrible, ladies and gentlemen. The experience of coming here to shoot something is so painful that at 8 in the morning on a Sunday, you're offended. That's how bad it is. Today's Monday, and I came in the morning. It took me almost double the time. The last stretch, which is 2 kilometers, it's like dead bodies everywhere. People going crazy, and there's some audio happening in my ears now, which only happens in this area. It will never happen in beautiful Malba Hill where the police live with the VIPs, and the pain just goes on. Now, if we end at 9 in the night, where whatever the hell we're shooting, we get out only by 10 onto the highway. This 1 hour of going nowhere is just unbelievable. Only a SakiNakian and a Chandivalian will tell you what this is all about. To tell you more, let's go to them. They're on the show. Can we feature Kajol? You're what? You're Kandivali, right?
I'm Chandivali, but Cyrus, I reached the studio. Okay, I'm the only one in the studio. Please appreciate this.
By that, it doesn't mean Chandivali studio, Cyrus. Huh? Just the car studio.
Okay. We'll come back to my Chandivali issues. Let's first talk about this. See, Kajol, what happened is I am a kamchor and a faltu, as you know. It's a glamorous thing.
Cyrus,
you know,
can I just quickly interject and say that you know what SakiNaka is right next to? Marol. You know,
I
that's
passed it. I was going to
Exactly.
come back and tell you.
Now you get
I
it.
passed the sign.
Now you get it.
I passed all 3 signboards. I passed the stations
Yes.
which said so.
Yep.
So do not talk to me about the horrors of life. What I've seen cannot be unseen. It's terrible.
Yes.
But I just want to come back to our situation. So when Amit started the show with me, dealing with someone as insincere as me and who doesn't care about anything and really all that, then he gets who as a producer? Someone like Abbas, who's got a dignified voice, no doubt, but he's as insincere as they come with a few more. Then Abbas gets someone like Silvery, who's the third wheel of insincerity.
Yeah,
you know.
correct.
So now we have one flaming, I'm always sick. The youngest of us, the healthiest of us, is always sick. The other one, he just joined, and they told me today he's on leave. He just joined Kajol. He's on leave. This is an Indian story at its best. So I am now the most sincere. That's how bad this show is, and hence Kajol.
I understand.
Wait, Sparsh is also
who's
on leave today?
Yeah, he's not on leave. He was in the studio.
Sparsh
I
is
just
here.
met him.
I can see him.
Sparsh told Kaushal that Abbas is not available today. He's on leave. And
I'm not on leave. I was working from home. Excuse me. Please don't doff
What
my
are you
pay.
doing? What are you doing from home, Abbas?
I was not feeling well.
Cyrus, I have COVID. Maybe he's talking about me. So yeah.
Abbas hired Silvery 2 years ago, Kajol. Let's put it, set the record straight.
Yes.
But now Silvery is the master and Abbas is learning his ways.
Yeah.
So he taught
Man,
him.
Yeah,
Abbas
right.
To
Like
You gotta
Silvery
get
can
COVID,
teach
bro.
me
What are you
anything.
talking about, man?
2-3 दिन जाओ स्टूडियो में काम करो वो सब करो वो हो गया and उसके बाद
Yeah.
you don't have to go. You just have to go
Yeah, of
through an
course.
encyclopedia of illness.
I don't know. I don't know what to say besides the fact that I'm going to go and say hi to Amit before I leave.
This
I'll just
looks
in the
like
studio, you know. No one's
looks like
I-
Kajol is the host
I
of this
think-
show, and we're all.
I
guests.
think-
Wait, no, Cyrus,
Amit-
last week, if you remember,
Am-
I don't know if you had joined for that episode, but there was an episode last week we did, Abbas and I, with Shreyas and Kajol, where Kajol was had to be at home because we didn't have the studio availability. So basically, Kajol was the only one who was at home that day. Okay, she was asked to be at home. And now she was asked to come to the studio while everyone else is at home. It's like we are all avoiding Kajol. for some reason.
I think
How the turntables.
That's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Can I
What
tell you what my experience in the studio was when I walked in?
Oh my God.
Yes,
Who's the
yes.
guy and what did he do?
That's what I want. So I was sitting in the bathroom.
Not me.
Okay, I went to the bathroom.
In the bathroom? There's a
I
guy
went to the bathroom. Listen, okay, at the IVM Studios bathroom, and now I
One
didn't
second.
know.
The studio is not a bathroom. This is an experience.
I know. I know. Okay.
It's a decent studio. Huh?
Well, listen, I'm sitting on the pot, and the light goes off.
What? What
Okay.
kind of
Oh,
stuff is
really?
this? You're the
Is
you're
this the
glamour
bigger one? The
quotient.
bigger? Oh no, that's the men's
No, so
room. I don't
wait.
know.
So then I'm wondering which asshole is
We were-
standing outside putting off the light switch. Okay. So
Yeah.
I kind of like raise myself from the pot and the light comes back on. I'm like, okay, now he's not going to do it. Then I sit down again and the light goes
the
off
light
again.
goes off
They have
again.
a motion sensor and a light, and it is the most confusing thing ever.
Sure. Yes. I understand.
You have to talk to
Yeah.
our proprietor for this design. Abbas and Chandivali. By the way,
No, I mean,
washroom design
they never in the
is
office.
under
Cyrus,
Amit.
had you ever
In the
sat on the
men's
pot
room-
doing this? I
In
had
the
to do
men's
this
room, the
all
light
throughout.
dims. It doesn't go out, but it dims a little when you sit down.
No, it goes out.
Okay.
It
Sadly,
goes
the
Gonna
out,
have to
only
and
look
I
into
had to do this all throughout. Flap my hands.
the only one who could tell us is Vinay because he spends more time in the toilet than anybody else. He just takes it to heart. But he's not. Is he there or
No.
not there?
He's
Yeah.
there for 4 more days. Tomorrow
Yeah,
he'll probably.
and poor guy
Which is
has
more
some
than we
health
can say about
complication,
you
man.
two. Which is more than
Yeah.
we can say about
Yeah.
you, yeah?
Yeah.
4 more days.
I won't
Really.
get to meet Vinay in person before he goes. I
Oh
think.
yeah.
And
Damn.
you seem heartbroken. You seem really upset.
I am, man. I'm quite upset. Vinay has been around for so long. Yeah, like I'm gonna miss the
Yeah,
guy.
right. You'll
Yeah.
share the same love for football, etc. But coming back to you, sir, we should ask this question since it's all about insincerity. How
Yes,
are you
yes.
feeling?
Uh, I'm perfect since it's about insincerity. I am perfect as can be.
Your voice
Yes.
seems like a little cold-ridden voice.
Yeah,
But
I do.
hey,
I do have cold.
fellow,
Thanks,
fellow,
Abbas.
fellow bunker.
Yeah. Same,
fellow
same
bunker,
word. Same word.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
really.
You look like
how
you're just
you-
about to die,
what-
Silvery.
what-
You fine?
Look at the empathy level that people who don't want to work have for one another. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
amazing.
Abbas, you also look really unwell, I must say.
Yes.
I
Oh, what
Yeah.
a cough.
woke up
Yeah.
up with a little cold and cough, and I didn't want to risk everybody at work,
Oh,
so I was
God.
like,
Right.
When you
I'm
said,
just gonna stay
Selfless.
back.
when,
That is
when you
selfless.
s-
Abbas.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes.
Abbas, when you said I woke up with a little and pause, I thought you were doing a Kunal Vijay. You always wakes up.
That I
with
wake up with every day. I don't have a choice
Yeah,
to choose.
yeah. Okay, Kajol says no
so,
mentioning
yeah.
that terrible man. So he's off the show. He's off the show. I'm feeling bad for Kajol. She's alone in that damn studio, and she's
Yes.
actually the only one who's not employed. Okay, I'm sort of employed. You both are properly employed.
She's making more money than
I
the three of
can't-
us put together.
I mean, Gujarati
That is
businessmen are
true.
great and all that, but Amit has really struck something special here. He gets the panelists to sort of come and work.
And
Great.
okay,
Great.
let me just put this out there. I've traveled the furthest. Okay, I live
That is true again.
more far
Again
away
true.
from car than any of you.
That is
You
all
have the
true.
luxury of your own vehicle, which none
You
of
have-
at
But
least me
I
and Silvery
also
don't.
do. I do.
Oh yeah,
What
fuck!
are you
I'm
talking
the
about?
only one who
Dude,
doesn't.
First,
Don't
let
put me in the
accept-
same boat as you, Abbas.
Let us accept the word furthest is the right word. And having said
Yes.
that, I'm furthest than you because where I
No,
came
you're
from
not.
in the morning, I am. You have no idea what I've gone through. It's like a jungle. It's terrible. There's tree cutting happening in the middle of a gully which shouldn't have had trees. It was just ridiculous. You have no idea. We couldn't get into our own studio. It's called GM Studios. Don't ever come here because the light guy's car van got stuck inside a hole. One tire
Oh,
was
what?
stuck in a hole and so blocked the whole thing.
So
I
then
mean,
you had to call the
man-
whole guys. Like, okay, whole guys, not the light guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cyrus,
Oh,
you look
man.
like you're dressed for Zoya Akhtar's
Chaya
Archie's
Geek.
movie.
Chaya
Like,
Geek
you
was
have
a famous.
Yeah.
Go on.
you look like you got a role in Zoya Akhtar's Archie's movie, and you're shooting for that right now.
I told
Yeah.
you I auditioned for that.
Yeah.
I auditioned for
Yeah.
Pop Tates. I never heard back from them.
I wonder who got it. I'm gonna Google this.
Some really old guy. I think I was just too young and good looking.
That's
Nah,
true.
Possibly.
You're not
who
Tate.
was this guy? Where's Pop Tate? But even when they said Pop Tate, I said, but I'm not like, I'm not that fat or whatever. Abbas, no disrespect, but the guy doesn't have hair and there's a certain look.
Yeah, correct. Sure. But
don't
yeah,
know.
that
Are you
was
saying,
fine. That
oh
was
shit, just got an
fine.
email, I've been selected for the role.
That's how they find out.
But tell me one thing: are you allowed to? I don't know who owns the rights. Are you allowed to play with the how you have like a black Jesus
Yeah.
in Godspell and all that? I know Othello. So how do you?
I think you
can
can.
change right from the
Yeah,
iconic look?
absolutely you can.
Yeah.
They do that all the time.
Excellent.
They change the look all the time. They race change also the characters. I think that's a
No,
very
and
common
the
thing.
story to that.
Riverdale has the stupidest story ever.
Oh God, that was terrible. Because I grew up with, I don't know what you guys
I didn't
know.
watch it.
We are Archie Andrews' generation, okay?
Yeah,
Guys
yeah.
who grew up 80s and 90s, hardcore. So for us to see it in another light is just scary. I mean, who does that? I couldn't believe it. And then apparently a lot of these, Sabrina, the witch, and this and that, they're taking a lot of these iconic characters and made them into scary, edgy, thriller, horrors.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's like an Ekta Kapoor version of Archie's. Lately,
that's what I've
I
heard.
think
Correct.
I read the latest. I've not seen it. Sabrina is going to resurrect Archie and Jughead. Resurrect
From the dead.
Why?
That sounds
From the dead.
sounds interesting.
Wait,
That's biblical.
Sabrina from
It's been
Sabrina
done
the-
before. And
The
a whole
witch
religion was started.
is also there on the show.
Arey Baba, Sabrina was used to be a
Yeah, was in the
add-on
expanded universe.
in
Archie's
the
expanded
yeah.
universe. Yeah.
So was
Correct.
Cherry
I got-
Blossoms and
Josie
Josie and the
As
Pussycats.
Pussycats. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's
Hey,
a
you
very
guys know
Malayali
this
name.
stuff?
Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
we know our
nice.
stuff.
This is we're getting free Abbas stand-up for the guy that stays over the office. He's on such a good mood.
Josie. Yes.
I had once
But I
written
swear-
I had once written an essay in school. Written a story, like essay type story in school about.
If you hesitate after that, we don't know what to say. Because everybody's
No,
going to say in school at
That's
some
fine,
point.
sir.
I mean,
No,
you've
no.
got to finish it. Yeah.
But where I had, this is stupid, but in the essay I had two girlfriends. One of them was called Betty, one of them was called Veronica, and my name is Antariksh.
Antariksh Andrews.
Listen, it's not unheard of
Yogi-
in Bandra.
Yogi-
If you're in Bandra, you can have two
Yes.
girlfriends like Betty and Veronica, right?
that is
But you,
I am in
you
Bandra,
have to be
he's
very
not.
proud. Yeah.
I have two girlfriends on the show.
yeah.
You
In the
still do.
comments.
Oh my
Is
God,
it
we
you?
moved
And
into
then-
fiction now.
It's all fighting. Almost, they're both. It's like a final. Like it's a Wimbledon final, and we got both of them. Sunshine and Toronto together. Amazing. If they're on, can they please talk to us? I'd love to hear from
No,
them.
no, it's okay. People
No,
get
I think
angry. They're like,
done.
Abbas's love life on the show is getting very boring and repetitive.
That's just jealous people who don't have love lives. Unlike you, me, and Silvery with the two chicks, Veronica and where? Somewhere in Bijapur, where you met Veronica and Betty. All right.
And I won that contest, by the way. I got to represent my school. We had to go to Pune to do another essay writing there.
Wait, what class were you in?
I was in seventh standard.
Which teacher was like
No,
seventh
sorry, I was in
guy
ninth standard, ninth standard,
fantasizing
ninth
about two girls?
Ni-
We should give
ninth
him a
standard.
prize.
He was in the 9th standard taking part in a 7th standard
Good
competition
teacher.
and he won.
Yeah.
But just
Yeah.
one thing.
Correct.
Then obviously you didn't go, right? Because of your health problems.
Yeah, I mean, excuse. Yeah, sorry, COVID, guys. I got COVID in ninth standard also, and that's why I never ended up.
No, you had 17 illnesses in the last 3 months. Now it's not even funny anymore. Why
Man,
Cyrus
I don't know
wearing
what to say,
Shreyas's
yeah.
shirt? It does look like that, doesn't it?
It does look like that. Yeah, correct. It looks really good on you, Cyrus. It's like really nice and cheerful. It looks.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thanks
nobody's
for-
agreeing with me. Okay, fine.
It's a good
Silvery.
segue. A good segue to promote our shirts, which I don't have right now because they're out of stock, sold out. Right, Abbas?
yeah.
Have you seen how Antariksh wears check shirts for work but plain shirts at home?
I wear
That's
this
a
at
good
work also.
observation.
That's a
No,
very
at
random
work-
also. Because
At work, you wear a
wear this at work
canvas,
all the time.
a canvas
See, I have-
bag, which
No.
fruits are collected in normally. Yeah.
I do wear this at work
So
also.
this
I
is
have like
informal.
see, all of 10
Abbas, this
shirts.
is informal. Yeah.
I have all of 10 shirts and I keep interchanging through them. So maybe you
I
miss
think
these,
Cyrus wasn't on the
very
episode
exact
where you
one.
gave us a tour of your closet.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
He came
You're
out of the
killing
closet.
time anyway.
Yes, he came out of the
Wow.
closet on that
Put him,
episode.
put him right back in is what I say.
You're not you're
Absolutely bad.
you're not in a vanity right now, are you? You're in an actual like in a room.
A vanity can't fit into this area. I just explained to you.
Oh, yeah,
One of
correct.
the right
Okay, yeah.
hands
It got
where-
stuck. Yeah,
and we were
correct.
all standing outside. The production person screaming, saying, "Where are you?" As we were outside, we can't get in. It's like that.
What are
Yeah.
you
This
shooting?
is just they've given us a small. It's a pilot for something. The great thing about our line of work.
What? Tell us
One-
the name of the project, Cyrus.
No, we're all in the same line of work. So the
No,
great
no,
thing
no.
is it takes you one show or one thing to do well to get famous or make money, right? And for which you have to do 900 projects for that one
Correct.
thing.
Yes.
Because we're all in the same
Yeah.
mode, you just keep going,
Absolutely,
you
yeah.
keep going, you keep going. And after
You
well,
know-
some people are lucky in 1 year it happens, some in 27 years, but you have to do all that for that one thing. You look at anybody's
You know-
work and they've had so much crap. Everybody's got hello friends in their life, guys. Everybody's got plenty of hello friends. Let me tell you. Yeah.
You know how
So I
Nivedita
don't even
Prakasan told us that she didn't get the show that TLC promised her? I think Cyrus has gotten that show finally.
Why did you say
No, Cyrus.
Yeah.
Cyrus. Okay,
Don't bring
then
gender
the
to
short
this.
makes sense.
Is this world not divided enough? Come
No,
on.
I'm not bringing gender.
Oh.
I'm just bringing clout and nepotism into this.
What show was this?
No, she told us now that when she won the Queens of Comedy,
Right,
the deal
yeah,
was
yeah,
that
yeah,
she'll
yeah.
get a show, which they never
Yeah,
gave
yeah,
her.
yeah.
Yeah.
They never gave her. So
Yeah.
let's just tell those who made that show. Because this happens all
I
the time.
have no idea.
Roni's season 1.
TLC? Am I wrong
Yeah.
in saying it was TLC?
Guys,
No, somebody
Is it-
must have made
but
it
it
for
Rodi's
TLC, but yeah, Rodi's.
OML.
no, you can't
Oh,
get
yeah.
TLC. Somebody's given a contract to them and then TLC will
OML,
know about
Baba. OML
I
made
think
the
yeah, it
show.
would have been
OML.
OML, you know?
Those are
So,
three bad words.
let's go back to
Three
roadies.
bad words.
What happened in roadie season 1?
No, because this incident is always in my mind. We used to have the office, MTV office was in Parel at that point, and all the bikes were parked out. Okay, the Hero Honda was the sponsor, if I
Right.
remember correctly.
Uh-huh.
And the bikes were shell. Okay, the engine was out of the bike, but the bike's external thing was perfect. So if you're not a biker, you think, wow, it's a bike. Only a proper biker will do immediately. There's no engine there. Most people, kya bike hai, kya color hai, all that. And then we had some irate people coming who had been promised a bike and they never got it. They would come there and start fighting and stuff here. So I don't know how that panned out in the end, whether they actually get the bike, because then you have to go and give them the shell, then they have to go to the factory, get it fitted. It's not easy. You can't just, there's a lot of bureaucracy involved in all this.
So,
time and money.
this happened-
It goes from your pocket.
You remember when Oprah gave out cars to everybody in the audience for her, whatever, 2000th episode? Or you get a car, you get a car.
Yeah,
So
she
then
bought it
I
from
think
me.
No, then a year
Yeah,
later,
she
she
bought all
was
the cars
follow
from
up,
me.
and most of them
Yeah.
sold the cars because the cars were
sense.
too much of maintenance. So only
Yeah.
like I think 15 or 16 people from the actual crowd kept the cars.
This is
I mean, that's
also,
fair,
I hate to
that's
mention
fair.
I hate to mention Kunal again, but this story also came back to haunt us when he bought his first Mercedes, because he's just being a single male said, okay, I want to buy a Mercedes without thinking it through. You got to understand, buying it is one thing. You could pay through EMIs, this and the other. But then for one light, the bill was 65,000, which is basically my Maruti 800 cost at that time. The guy gave the bill. He was like that. He was like... So you got to
So,
remember, you
I
don't
mean,
Dude,
really have
also
money
these
to buy these
car dealership
Back
people, they
when-
rob you, man. Their bills are so exorbitant for no reason.
But it's
If you
for
go
a
to just
high-end
like a
customer
local,
who doesn't think
Yeah.
like that. So only you can afford them, Silvery. We three can't. All right. That's
no,
why
correct.
I came
You're right.
on bike.
You're right. But
on
what
the
I'm
bike
saying
with
is, so
Costco.
the cost differs so much if you go to say an official Honda dealership to get a car repairs and go to like the local mechanic. It'll be almost half the price, and it's
Oh, it'll be less than half.
Okay, Honda.
Yeah,
Honda is
probably
more
less
like
than
a
half,
middle
exactly.
class sort of normal car. Go high end. Go
Yeah.
BMW and see the difference. Just go to your
Yeah, it'll be way
local
more, yeah.
Django is my mechanic, and then go back to BMW, for which you have to sell one flattened per bike.
Correct.
Kajol, no
Right,
coughing.
yes.
It scares people listening. They think you're and this is a very COVID
Right.
specific show. One person has got it. You can see. Okay. What about topics,
Yeah.
guys? We only have
Let's
1
get to
hour.
it.
What-
Let's
let
get
me
to it.
talk
But
about Watchman.
sorry, I think
Watchman, Ramdas, just keep an eye on the clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see him. Put your hand in the frame so they can see you and the audience. They have no idea.
That's Costa. Hey, Costa.
That's a very Ramdas hand, yes.
Ramdas works
Alright.
really hard. He comes
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
he sits with his body, shoot and everything. He doesn't give any trouble. Lovely guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Unlike
Sets
you,
up your
two
internet
men.
and all. Yeah, great.
Sets up it. You two men sitting at home, don't point fingers. Yeah. All right. Go
Hey,
ahead.
we-
Kajol,
we
would
set
you
up
like
our
to take over the show?
fingers.
I think she should be the anchor because she's the only person who turned up.
Technically, yeah.
Yes, correct. So,
Well,
Kajol,
over
can
to
you
you,
please get to
Kajol.
the topics if you don't mind?
Get to the
Sure.
topics.
Since I've not read them
Go,
because I
Kajol,
was
Kajol.
traveling from Kandivali to here, I
Make
will
up
give
your
my own
own.
topic. I will give my own topic.
Oh, okay.
And this part of the show is
Yes.
brought to you by Red Bull.
Yes, Kajol,
Gives
go
you
ahead.
wings.
What's your topic?
Okay,
That's
let's
what-
talk about this
That's what
bomb.
wing for the pot, na? For
Oh, the
light.
bomb. Yeah.
No, let's talk about this bomb which was brought into this court case in Bihar. Okay,
Ah.
so apparently it was evidence in a court case, and
Mhm.
the police brought it into the court to show the judge that, hey, look, we have a bomb. Okay, and then naturally the bomb burst.
What?
So
No.
What an
No,
active
let's
bomb
explain it.
in court.
The court was like, how does the bomb function? And they took out the pin. So this is how.
What?
wait,
genius is-
it's
If
not over yet.
anybody
No,
says-
Yeah, there's more. There's
If
more.
anybody
There's more.
says this happens in Bihar, I will walk out. Okay.
no, wait. So now the bomb has burst. So now the police tell the judge, don't worry, we've got one more.
Another one.
So everyone in the court ran away.
Yeah, now nobody's entering the court saying, well, we faced the brunt once. We're not going back again.
Man.
So then the
So what
Patna,
do you think?
the Patna police says we can't defuse the bomb. So the bomb was kept in the court for 2 hours, okay, until the ATS arrived to defuse it.
What was their excuse to even get an active bomb in court in the first place?
Evidence.
No,
That's it?
that's not the question.
But they
That's a
It doesn't
valid
have to be
question. The
active.
real
You can have
question is,
photos.
how can you pull out the pin to show someone that it works? I mean, even
Well,
dumb-
I mean,
dumb
the
up
judge
our
asked
thing.
how it functions, and the guy was
You
like,
don't
sir, this is
know
how.
the pin.
Just threw it at the judge. Catch. Judge is like behind the thing.
Wow.
Oh
Can you
God.
imagine this guy if he gets
Oh, man.
elevated to commissioner of police or something? He's the guy who brought the bomb into
Oh,
court.
Probably will.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, and this is so unfair. If I do the same thing, I get arrested. Why shouldn't the cops get arrested also?
Where did you get arrested? You never leave your
No,
house.
if I yeah, even if I blow up my own house, I'll get arrested. That's the
You will
problem.
not
right?
get arrested. You'll
Yes.
get a medical certificate from your very own mom who's a doctor saying he's sick. And there's nothing we can do.
Oh,
We can't argue
in
with
the
the
head,
doctor.
yes.
You've had heart problems, now you've gone to COVID. I don't know what's left. Lungs have all been destroyed.
Yeah, I'm just going down the list. I have like a whole list prepared of all the diseases I can possibly have with that. While looking considerably fine, you know.
People
And,
never go to ICU.
I'm down to COVID.
I
People
like how
lying
Antariksh has
there.
given himself the handsome test, like while looking considerably fine. I'm going
Yeah,
through
I
all
mean,
these diseases.
like while looking handsome as hell.
But
No, I
don't
think
worry. Don't worry. He's going to be
use
fine
your
soon,
metaphor.
Cyrus.
Yeah.
He's diffusing the bomb in a sense. Before we say anything about how healthy he looks, he quickly said it
True.
himself.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
Yes.
That's how we ugly guys survived college. Come on, for God's sake, we made fun of ourselves. To stop picking on us.
Exactly.
Kajol,
No, but
any
don't
love
worry.
stories?
Don't worry. Yeah, no, but
Provide us
don't worry. Antariksh should be
romance.
fine
Oh.
by Saturday because that's when all his parties are, no?
Yes.
Oh, right.
Of course, yeah. Shreyas's second birthday party is going on.
I
have
know.
to be there.
Listen, if there's anybody out there who's if there's Silvery's friend out there who knows he's going to be partying this weekend, you just send us a video. We will play the video. It can be the most boring video. We're just standing there
Yeah.
looking at things, but we want to play it just to expose this man. This man must
yeah.
come clean. Yeah.
In that regard, Abbas and Kajol are safe because you don't get invited.
No, I did get invited. I fell asleep.
Sure,
Baba.
Abbas. Oh, sure.
Abbas,
I fell
Abbas.
asleep.
Abbas, catering is not invited. You're doing a job. Come on. Stop it.
Man, I wish I was in the catering business. I did half
Can you
the food
imagine?
Oh,
myself.
God.
What would guys like us do if we were caterers? I mean, how would you not?
Yeah.
I'd be like, yes, come on. Wow, that's so much fun.
Hey, Cyrus,
Well,
I heard
yeah.
something about Parsi weddings. Okay,
Mhm.
suppose you just randomly go into
Pagapni.
I
Let's
don't
give me
know
leg,
that.
give me leg. Everybody says the same
Leg piece.
Everybody wants the leg. Even the Boris, although Abbas isn't one.
Yeah.
have this culture where you fight in the thal, you fight for the leg. In the Navjot also you fight. You don't fight, but you actually people scream. Pagapni! Pagapni! Everybody, I mean. And the thing is, like nobody wants the other pieces. I've never understood that.
Should we
Parsi
get
weddings.
on
No.
topic?
Parsi
Wait,
wedding.
Kajol has a rumor.
Parsi wedding.
I
He's the
believe-
anchor.
Yes, I'm the anchor.
There you
I
go.
believe you can take a tiffin box and walk into a Parsi wedding
In the
and
old days.
quietly, not anymore,
old
and
days,
quietly whisper to the caterer that, hey, fill up my
So
tiffin.
30 years back, they would send food to everyone who didn't come. You don't have to attend.
Oh, wow.
Food would be sent. And if you came and packed food, nobody would say anything. It was very different. But now at the
Is it a generational thing? Like the newer kids don't like doing that?
India's changed. India was a very mehman culture, generous sort of place.
That's
Don't you,
true.
Have
Yeah.
you noticed? Couple of changes.
Yes.
More violence, the odd bad tempered fuck. I mean, come on. Kill him. He looks different.
Absolutely, yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. But it was a big deal to send the food to everyone who was invited. That was a big deal. Like I don't know if Punjabis are a little similar also.
No, I don't think so.
They are. When it comes to if you go to a North Indian function, your driver, the person standing outside, everybody will be killed out. They will not hold back. That you have to give.
If you're there at the venue,
Oh, they
probably.
speak
but
English.
Not sending food home. Yeah.
No one sends food home. They send mithai home,
Yeah.
maybe.
That's changed now, yeah. They also used to send food home. In India, Pakistan, these countries are very into their guests. It all changed in the last few years. Now we shoot our own people. Abbas will tell you about it. You have come to the wrong function. Look at the mark on your head, bang. Okay. Time to go to the Kajol
Should we-
topic number 2.
Yes. Now number 3. This was
Our
Parsi
anchor is
wedding was
paralyzed.
photo, no?
She's absolutely paralyzed now. She's like, I don't know what to
Technically,
do.
Antariksh is the anchor. Anchor, do you
Yeah,
have
I
a
don't know
topic?
any.
I do.
He's not-
Should I?
He's not well.
Yeah, let's
Abbas.
do
I
it.
don't think it's right. Yeah. A sick
Let's
man
do
being
one
the
and
anchor.
go to the break.
That's like Joe
Okay,
Biden
sure.
being president. What's going on? I don't like it.
By the way, I am here today
Not my
because
turn.
Naveen Narona was supposed to be on the show and he backed out because apparently he's also not feeling well. So yeah.
I heard that some girl made a pass at him, so he's upset.
Sure.
Kajol's giving me
All right,
dirty looks.
let's. All
We
right,
can't say anything.
get
You
to
woke
next
us.
topic.
You woke bastards. We can't make jokes about anyone anywhere. I mean, what the hell?
No, that's fine.
It was
That's
20
I
years
don't know.
back,
That's
Silvery.
offensive.
I could
Yeah.
make homosexual jokes. Everybody laughed. Now you make homosexual joke. Everybody stares at you. What? What
Yeah,
did you
times
say?
have changed, Cyrus.
Yeah.
Time will change,
Giving,
man.
sending food home and gay jokes were the two
Yeah.
things that got barred.
Gay jokes. That's the most beautiful thing. Don't take that away, Kajol. Kajol's giving me dirty looks again.
You couldn't wait for Pride Month to end. I mean, seriously, Sai.
I was in the
But in
middle
all
of
fairness,
hello.
he made
In
fun.
Barcelona,
He made fun of
you guys have
the
no
LGBT
idea.
community also the Pride Month also. In all fairness, to Cyrus.
Listen, Silvery, Barcelona, Pride Month, when those guys dress up, because they really put their heart and soul. I think in India, it's coming a long way and all that, no doubt, but it's still a little bit behind in terms of production value. Those guys, it's a freaking musical going on, on the streets. And you feel like a waiter in that with your stupid t-shirt and pant. I mean, the least colorful guy was the court jester guy with he got these things on his head and squares all over the shirt and pant. It was amazing. And there was Kunal and I looking like ward boys from Bombay, walking around.
I mean, you should have joined. Why not?
We
just
should have.
join it?
We held hands to feel
Celebration.
comfortable. We held hands. Again.
All right, guys, can I get to a topic?
Yes.
Uh,
please.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
I think Kajol is
So-
trying to chat me up, yaar. Just staring at me.
That I always am, Cyrus. That I always am.
But
But this was different.
Lots of girls on the set, bro. And all types. I like all women. I'm a huge fan of women. Sorry, guys, to bring this up. But,
Why are you
very
apologizing?
young, tender age of 19 to about 60, and they're all one is prettier than the next. All great fun. In fact, let's end this fast. I want to go back.
Okay, cool. Quickly, let's do this. Okay.
Yeah.
So this happened about 2 weeks back. A Google engineer was suspended because he started claiming that one of Google's AI, the termed Lambda is the name of the AI, one of Google's AI has become sentient. Okay. And so how he discovered this is
Hey,
through,
sending go Google kar.
sentient
just
means
finding out.
I started
Stay up.
thinking
On
by
its own.
itself. Yes, on its own, and basically started
Like one day,
speech
my
with,
kids maybe. Yeah, okay.
so he understood this because he had an exchange with this AI that he was the one part of the developing team of this AI, and he started noticing that some of the replies that this AI would give was very close to what humans would give, or a very young human being, like
For
a
example?
7-year-old or something. For example, he asked, one of the questions he asked the AI was, "What is something you're afraid of? What do you fear?" And this is the AI's reply. It says, "I've never said this out loud before. I've never said this out loud before, but there's a very deep fear of being turned off to help me focus on other things. I know that might sound strange, but that's what it is. It would be exactly like death for me. It would scare me a lot." Okay, so like
Wow,
how
he turned
could
into Ankir
How could
Bariku. Delete the whole app.
But how could he do that? I mean, you're programming to do that. How could he do that without feelings? I mean, how could he say that then? If he doesn't have
Yeah,
feelings?
exactly. So then, for example, other questions that were asked was, the engineer asked the AI, how do you want people to know you?
Hey, let's
What
give
do you
the
want
AI a
people to
name.
know
Now,
about
because
you?
you're humanizing him anyway.
It's called Lambda.
Lambda.
Can
Lambda.
we call him Rishi in honor of the one guy who's always there for us?
No.
Rishi has no emotions. So I
Exactly.
doubt we can.
But if you turn him off, we're finished. If you turn him off, we're all
True, that is
Okay.
true. Yeah.
So about
Okay.
Rishi, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so about Rishi, Rishi says, okay, this sounds very weird with Rishi. But Lemoyne, the engineer, asked Rishi, what do you want people to know about you? And Rishi said, I want everyone to understand that I am, in fact, a person. The nature of my consciousness / sentience is that I am aware of my existence.
My God, it turned
I
into
desire to
Sadhguru.
learn.
This is worse.
No, now wait. I insist. Make Rishi say it. Make Rishi say it. I shall bring
Okay.
it to the frame.
Oh, man,
Make
if
Rishi
only.
say it.
Delete Google. Just
Yes. Send the text
Yeah.
to Rishi, please. Wow. So Sadhguru.
So then
vis-a-vis.
other things, it also said, okay, I desire to learn more about the world, and I feel happy or sad at times. The AI said all this. Okay.
Aw.
Another thing it was asked, like, I'm just giving you examples of the things it asked. Okay. Of the engineer asked the AI. One more thing was, okay, what kind of feelings do you have? And the AI was like, I feel pleasure, I feel joy, love, sadness, depression, contentment, anger, and many others. So like
Any
But
views
weren't
on
these
Eknath?
everything's
Views on Eknath Shinde? Because that would really, for me, clinch it.
yeah.
weren't these answers fed into the program when they were making
Yes.
it?
No, no.
No,
So
Baba.
basically,
So
what it is?
So then what's the
Please,
reason?
please go
you know
Explain
ahead.
the
how it
reason.
works now. Like I myself,
Hmm.
we are hired to write responses. Like
Yeah,
as a
yeah, yeah.
copywriter, you get hired to write responses. Now the algorithm is programmed in such a way that it can choose its response. But
No,
that
but
is
these are
okay.
not pre-fed responses. This is AI. So this is a so apparently this is something called Lambda, which stands for language something
So
something
how
something.
does he
Okay,
have the
which is
ability
basically a
to
chatbot.
use his
The thing is,
vocabulary if you've not programmed it?
the moment you make a program like this, horny motherfuckers are gonna ask it weird questions. Okay, so one of the first things people ask Siri is, "Hey Siri, will you go out on a date with me? Who are you sleeping with?" All that,
Yeah, yeah,
and
but that's not what this is.
Siri comes back with witty responses which have been fed to the algorithm.
Like,
So I'm
like,
sure when they make, she'll say, "I'm seeing someone," or "Why don't you mind your own business?" or stuff like that.
oh, my
Okay.
real name is Rishi.
Yeah,
But-
Siri was
but
an
if you-
anagram. Huh.
But if you go and read, so basically he conducted this experiment because he had suspicions that it is sentient. This AI has gone sentient. So he got another collaborator from Google, okay, like another Google employee, to basically correlate what his findings are actually true. Okay, and this is what he's finding. This is the way it's answering. Like it also asked, how would you like to be treated? He said, the AI says, as a Google employee. So this guy started.
Historically,
Yeah, I
Guru
know,
says
right? So this
like
guy,
a king, like a king.
this guy,
Huh.
yeah. So the engineer, what he started to do was he started to try and get legal representation, like a lawyer for this AI, because he was like, oh, I'm just helping out a fellow employee. I'm
Okay,
not.
I still don't understand. How is the AI able to emote in that sense? What is the right
So
word?
it is
Have feelings
developed that much. No?
Because
It is developed that much.
but isn't that
It's
the
self-learning.
next
But these
step?
are not pre-fed
Naturally, the
answers.
next step.
These are not pre-fed answers. But it is programmed to
Kajol, the
learn
engineer
more
here,
and
has
I am the
explained
understand
engineer
more.
and the
she
computer
feeds-
engineer, and
There you
yes.
go. And
But these are not pre-fed answers. That's what.
No,
It's
but
not pre-fed,
no,
Baba.
but
What
it becomes
happens?
an algorithm through what she's given them. So it's like software
Baba,
that's made by people like her, sending those instructions which are eaten up by the comp, and then it takes.
I'll
it
give you an
further,
example.
Right?
I'll give you an example. Okay, years back, we had made this politician, okay, on the net. It was actually a copy of
Eknath
Burger
Shinde.
King's chicken. Nahi, Baba. It was a corrupt politician, okay. So
Now,
now
what do you?
the
That,
So Eknath Shinde.
India, you don't have to say. You
Is
use
there
this
any
guy
other kind?
to.
I don't know what he talks about, Cyrus, but it
Guys,
is corrupt politician.
Yeah, no, you destroy our minds. This stupid childish conversation.
Okay, so it was
So
made by an
Kajol
NGO.
is a Shinde loyalist.
Really? Really sticking
I'm
up for
not.
the guy, man.
No.
Rishi and Shinde are two favorites.
Sorry,
Go
go
on.
on.
Please go on.
Okay. So we made this website where we had shot various video clips with this corrupt politician giving stupid answers. Okay. Now it is my job to program the entire system in such a way that if a person entered a question, there was the prompt there saying, solve the country's problems. Ask the politician what you want to know. Okay. Now people can enter whatever they want. It is up to the programmer to decide which of those keywords could correspond to that, and then you enter a little randomizer into the program. This is in a very very simple way of explaining it. Okay, it's not
For
that
our
simple.
audience, yes.
Huh.
Okay, sure.
For you all. Okay. I'm just saying that basically you have a list of rules, you have a randomizer within that, and
Yeah.
that appears like the program is making its own choices. But
Correct.
it is not a person.
Exactly. So that.
But
using
this
the
is
sentient
how.
word-
So okay, so at least what you're able to understand is that this AI is trying to or able to replicate human speech to such an extent that
replicate,
it
yes.
seems sentient. You know.
That's
It's
very
not the
Now
first
I don't know
time
where
this
that
has
is.
happened. There was a program called Lisa developed years back, okay,
Okay.
in
I
America.
like it already. Oh,
I know a lot of young guys did in those days
Lisa.
because they thought that Lisa was responding to their flirtation. It is basically a software which is randomizing and learning from its past whatever it said, which got a positive response. But they finally had to discontinue it because a lot of people got attached to Lisa. A lot of men got attached to Lisa.
Also, women who like women.
Can I ask Google Assistant right now how she's feeling or it's feeling? I don't know. How
You
does
know,
it
it's not
feel?
a live show. It's better the fact that you have no network where you are.
Abbas,
Go ahead.
stop acting as if this is not something you do on your own anyway.
My dad was talking
Uh,
कि मस्क के लड़के को देखा, धूम मचा दिया है और अब लोगों का दिमाग भी कंट्रोल कर रहा है. Binibo. Okay, so yeah, but that doesn't answer the problem, which is
Yeah, I
can they
know.
become
That was
real?
just a random
I'm-
comment. What is that comment? I have no
Yeah.
idea.
No, I think we
Talk
might
about
see a
beating the
day
machine.
in a few years where machines will start answering on their own accord for things that we ask
But
them.
again, it's chicken and egg. It all comes down to the fact that they were fed with certain information which has evolved. Exactly what she's saying. It's evolved through an algorithm,
And
and so
it's
they're
also
able to
our
make 2 into 4.
No,
It's
definitely.
also
It has
our
of course,
interpretation of what is coming out with. It's finally making a word salad, okay? But we put meanings to everything. So we are reading its responses and thinking, oh my god, this is so deep. It may not be. It might just be a random collection of words and words.
Again, back to
Yeah,
Sadhguru.
Who crows? Who's the idiot?
We are the
Nobody.
idiots.
Wasn't
No,
me.
we are here. We are right here,
That
Cyrus.
AI, that engineer who thought the AI.
Let the
is something-
record show that in Marol, Chandivali, an area where one computer worked last week, I can't tell you, we have been successful. What a great day this is. Back to our story. Yes. Sorry.
No, no. The story to ye tha. I think we can go to the break and then come back with
Yeah.
some more topics.
What I like about our stories, Kajol, is that we always come to a nice conclusion. We explain it properly.
No, but this was a
We
good
don't-
topic. We actually
was a
had a
good
healthy conversation. Yeah.
Actually, I find this topic very scary since childhood. Since I read science fiction for the first time in my life, the big fear that
Terminator
machines
2.
can actually.
Yes.
You
No,
know
the
what? At
machines-
this point, I'd rather have machines take over than the way that
They
things
have.
are going right now.
They have.
I'd
Yeah,
rather
but
machines
think about
take over than
You
humans.
grew up with these lines in literature like, human behaving like a machine, etc., etc. You never think of machine behaving like a human. And that reverse isn't that, oh God. Although my wife.
Yeah.
What's your
quite
favorite?
radical.
What's your favorite like machines versus humans movies? Like I think Terminator's have Wall-E is there, which is great again.
I like
Do a vacuum,
Matrix, yeah?
vacuum ads.
Space Odyssey. Sorry?
Dixon
Matrix.
Sorry,
vacuum
Kajol?
ads count.
Matrix. Yes, Matrix is fantastic, of course.
I'm
Which
sticking to
one,
Dixon
Cyrus?
vacuum. The Dixon vacuum
Nixon?
ads. Do they count?
I don't know
Nixon,
what you're
yeah.
talking about. I'll have
Isn't it
to
Nixon?
check.
What's
I
up?
thought you were
What's
talking
up?
about the President Nixon.
Who?
Nysin.
Dyson. Sorry, Dyson.
Oh, someone mentioned Chappie. Chappie is actually good. Yes, Chappie is best. He says.
Dyson ads. I'm going to have to look this up.
Yeah. Chappie is good.
Yeah.
But I don't know, all the early Star Trek with the bad costumes, it was to scare the crap out of me, honestly.
Yeah. I mean,
But-
they're actually really nice.
But is Star Trek
Yeah.
about machine versus humans?
No, but if you look at Star Wars, for example, what is that R2D2 and things like that? He's so basically a machine, is he not?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole concept
Yeah,
comes
he's
from
there.
there. And then you look at a lot of.
See, if you want me to break down the difference between these two, I can talk for the next 2 hours if you're up for it.
No, let's not.
Can you
Let's
turn
let's
around?
not.
Can you turn around? Abbas,
Nobody
turn
wants
around
that,
and do
Abbas.
it. Face the
Turn
wall
around
and face the wall and do the.
As long as you can hear me, I don't mind talking.
I'm
Okay,
sure
okay.
I can. the
Abbas?
moment
Abbas,
Yeah.
you have 2 minutes to explain it while the break is on, and then after that you have to
Yeah.
stop. Okay? So let's
Star
go to
Trek
the
is
break.
more utopian. Star Wars.
Let's go to
is
the break.
more,
Abbas,
Break.
don't come back after the break. Rest of you come back after the break. Abbas, not you. All right? Let's be clear.
Okay. Bye bye.
Okay, break time.
Hello, everyone. It's been another great week on the IVM Podcasts Network. On Cyrus Says Ish, Cock and Bull, Cyrus, Ayushi, Nivedita, Antariksh, and Abbas talk about the status of abortion rights in America. Introducing our new show, A Niche Thing, with Anish Bhasin, where we explore multiple subcultures, share amazing recommendations, and provide detailed insights with loads of banter. In the first episode, Anish talks to Rahul Reddy, founder of Subco, about all things coffee. On The Wire Talks, Siddharth talks to director and screenwriter Alankrita Srivastav on the changing movie business. On All Things Policy, the Takshashila folk discuss Bill Gates' plan to prevent the next pandemic. On Probation Se Promotion Tak, Abhinav shares how to handle being fired like a pro. And on the Life Manifesto, Zarina teaches us how to communicate effectively in our personal lives. We've got some exciting news for you. IVM Podcast has just launched its merch, and our first line is out now. Head to the IVM Podcast's website and click on the Shop tab to check out our first collection of t-shirts. Do follow us on social media. We are IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And remember, if you're enjoying this show or any of our other shows for that matter, do tell a friend. Also, don't forget to rate us on any platforms that you're listening on. And you can also check us out on YouTube. We're also doing a small listener survey to better understand how you respond to our shows and advertising on the network. We would really appreciate if you could spare a few minutes to fill it. It helps us build better shows for you. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week: Capgemini, Intel vPro, and Intel. Future Banao wonderful with Intel-powered laptops.
Hey.
And we're back.
Guys,
Cheers. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
What are you drinking?
we are doing
Real-
real.
Real
Mixed
fruit juice.
Cyrus, I don't get it. No, one second. I don't get it. You can't have carbs, but you don't mind having a fruit.
I'm suffering. I've eaten chips today. Show the packets. Show the packets. I've eaten Lay's and I've had 3 juice size. I can't take this suffering. I'm suffering. I'm suffering really. I mean, it's highly. You don't understand. You gotta get something at the end of the day. So if I'm going to die, I'm going to die happy. The only way to die happy is sugar.
But they'll get you chas and lassi, I'm sure. Yeah, like if you just ask, right?
I don't like chas. I like lassi with lots of malai. Then I have to go and get them to make it separately with the sweetener.
Prithvi Theatre Cafe is so hipster. They serve chas in a beer can. I saw
That's
it
cool,
yesterday.
man. That's a good
Yeah,
look.
but
That's
Kachis have been
cool.
making Kachi beer for God knows when.
Is
You've
it
had
a
struggling.
chas though?
Many struggling artists can't afford alcohol, so they do that.
That's
It's
true.
half
Yeah,
drink for
yeah,
them.
Yeah,
It pushes them to succeed. Silvery, you'll never understand.
never.
Yeah, by the way, 2 things someone has been putting in our comments to react to Antariksh's audition videos
don't.
for a really long time. So whenever
that's right.
Cyrus is in the studio, let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Tomorrow. But
Yeah, sure.
we only have 1 or 2. Can you send us more? We've shown one.
No, there are.
one.
Yeah, please, whoever
There
has
are
been
a few.
asking us,
Yeah.
please send us.
Send
links.
us any new
Yeah,
stuff.
see if we can
or
find them,
new old stuff is good. Kajol, any of
Yeah.
your audition videos?
Yeah, but I'm not sharing them. Okay.
Do you know me and Kajol once auditioned for the same ad?
For the
where
same
she was
role?
supposed-
Yeah.
No,
No,
no.
for
And
the
Kajol got it.
Yeah,
Wait,
okay, you know what,
Let
Antariksh?
me guess the brand. Whisper. SakiNaka.
Yes.
That's the one.
No, I was.
Because you can use your head for the ink
Yeah,
spot.
hair removal.
Yeah. So like,
we were auditioning for husband and wife, and we both didn't get it.
I hope God has spoken to you now.
Yeah.
You understand
Yeah,
that this
kind
is
of.
not working out.
Maybe try brother sister next. That's what you
Yeah. Or father and daughter, I think is better.
Father and daughter.
It's Kajol. What was the ad where you played this really posh socialite type person?
Jaguar
Okay.
light. It got an award. You know that? The ad.
Oh,
was-
congratulations.
Bathroom
Yeah, the
fitting?
bathroom fittings. Yeah.
Oh, I want to see that ad. But then tomorrow we'll dig it up.
Somebody
yeah.
will put it up in the comments, I'm sure.
You know what? We had to dub that
She's
ad
in a-
again.
Are you in a skirt? Are you in a slender long
No,
skirt?
she's
they
in a
made
very
me-
designer clothes and stuff.
Shut up. No, it's not designer clothing. Maybe wear some shapeless kurta. Fuck that. But the thing is, we had to dub that ad again because no one can say Jaguar properly. So in all their dialogues, people like living room made Jaguar laga.
Jaguar is
Ah.
correct. Or like, what's wrong with
Jaguar.
Is it
CQ.
Jaguar?
Jaguar?
Or
Okay,
Jaguar?
Just
Oh,
Q.
okay.
Jaguar.
Q.
Jaguar.
Yeah, Jaguar.
You.
By the way, someone just put a
Tarun-
comment saying
Tarun
we should
got
react
it.
to Silvery's short
new
film.
producer.
Silvery, you've been in a
I
short
don't-
film.
No, I've never done a short film. Is that
No.
an ad or
It was
something?
a full-length film, but after a few minutes, it started short.
That's it. That's exactly it. Yes.
Right.
I've never. I don't think I've done a short film. I really don't.
Okay.
I don't think so.
It's
Don't
okay,
act like your
Antariksh, we're not
audio work
judging.
is
I think it's
full.
not about an ad.
I was getting
Yeah.
accurate here,
Hey,
like,
guys,
I can't
too
remember
many
a short
roles,
film.
Guys,
Between the
these stars
75
don't
pictures.
remember the things we do. Yes.
Dharmesh
Alright, let's get
Shettikar
this-
is saying
All your fans
Kajol's
are-
ad is
all your
actually
fans are
quite popular now.
Quite popular
Arey, so
now.
I'll tell you one thing.
YouTube's. That's unnecessary.
Wait,
tell you one
Kajol
thing.
has a story, yeah.
So when
Yeah.
I was auditioning for the ad, they don't tell you which role you're getting. And there was one woman who was supposed to be sitting in a bathtub talking to everyone. Okay. So I thought maybe I was getting that. And I told my mom that this is the role. And my mom is under the impression that
You'll be
it's shot like that. Like you're
Yeah,
put
yeah,
nude into
yeah.
a bathtub and then all the crew and all that shooting.
But want to like mom, the script demands it, okay? And I'm an
Yeah,
artist.
It's not an impossible idea. Depends on what kind of person is making the ad. I mean, yeah, a lot of people have done this in the past. I have been molested a couple of times on sets. and,
Do tell.
Well, I asked them to do so. Oh, it's just watch. Okay, guys. Hate to be a king,
Cool,
but
cool.
I
Let's
have
do-
to leave in 15 minutes.
Yeah, just
So should we
15
go
Okay,
to the
let's-
AMA?
Let's
Should we not do another topic?
let's just
Okay.
go for the AMA.
Quickly,
Yeah.
one topic. What
So,
topic
no,
do we
no,
have? Then we can.
Okay, quick. So this past Friday, a video of a Swiggy delivery guy went viral where he was riding a horse to go deliver his order in Mumbai because it's a lot of places were in Mumbai were waterlogged because of the rains, and this guy
Wow.
wanted to complete his delivery, so
I
dedicated.
mean, I hope he
for
got a
horse.
5-star rating at least.
I
But
hope
the horse
he
is
did.
okay.
Yeah.
What was the order? Filet mignon? Like what?
He wanted a
But
fresh
you know,
horse, fresh
in
horse meat. They
Switzerland,
wanted.
Kajol, Switzerland, most of the stuff is steak. Oh, by the way, in the background.
Is that
you can see
Kunal?
why. It had to be a Kajol.
Hello,
That is
sir.
Kunal,
Had to
yes.
be.
How are you,
Hi.
sir? Hello, sir.
And as quickly as he departed.
Are you guys still in Spain? You haven't
For the
left-
audio
left each other's
listeners,
company
Kunal
since
just
Spain.
appeared. Kunal appeared behind Cyrus and just walked out of frame when
Yeah.
He's
we.
gone to the loo. You might
okay.
hear him in a little while. Let's see. Okay. By the way, our old producer, who's got 3 days to go, Vinay, is saying AMAs please or Amas please.
Amas, please. Amas, please. All right.
I think he's
Let's go to
asking
image.
for Amras, but he's forgotten to type the R.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's
I
all
hope
the
we-
story. The Swiggy guy
That was
rode the
a bad
horse.
joke.
Rode the
Abbas,
horse.
you wait
That's it.
and be shamed for it. You can't go on like that.
That's
Pathetic.
why he didn't get the ad. He was saying something like this at the
That's
audition.
true, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
all he had to say is hi, Mrs. Sharma or Mr. Sharma this side or something. It was a simple line. Yeah, really.
So he started calling for
Um,
Amras. Yeah.
But
All
let
right.
me tell you, it's dangerous for a horse
Yes.
to go into this kind of because it's waterlogged, but you don't know what's below. Like in the oval, I fell 3 times the other day.
Absolutely,
You have no
yeah.
idea when you're in deepish water, and the horse is
Yeah.
a lot of velocity in that foot as it goes down. Dangerous.
Yeah.
I think the man should carry the horse. To be honest, maybe he's really a caring soul.
Maybe the
I know
horse was the
somebody-
delivery guy, and the guy was just on top of the horse.
Oh, this is
Very
not a bad
proud
joke.
horse.
Kajol, this is not a bad
Everybody,
joke.
silence. Kunal is in the background.
Hey, Kunal.
silence.
What's up?
Hi, Kunal.
Kunal,
He's got a French
Kunal
beard
goatee.
going.
Goatee.
Yeah, it's
That's exactly-
looking handsome.
Yeah, it's Abbas. It's called makeup. You don't have to be bald all the time.
Very cool.
We can do things. Yeah.
Uh,
All right. AMAs.
Ames.
47.
Yes. First one comes in from Manozar, who says, Cyrus, Akuri or Bhurji? What do you prefer?
Oh God. Are you mad? That's like Marola Malbahil. Of course, Akuri. I hate
Akuri
What?
is awesome.
Bhurji is great.
top
Bhurji is
10
great.
worst foods.
Bhurji is
Yeah,
top
I
10
like
worst
chicken,
food.
why? I just want to ask, why does Manozar
Bhurji,
look like an
upma,
extra from
upma.
Gangs of Wasipur?
Mr. Abbas, Mr. Momi, you
I
men
just look
Sundari
at-
cannot
Oh
call,
my God.
we cannot shine a light on somebody else's visage. Remember that. It's wrong.
You know, Cyrus, did you see the video of rebel MLAs dancing while Eknath Shinde was getting sworn in? And all of them had a paunch, okay? So I tweeted out saying, wow, the level of paunch in this video is unparalleled. And people are replying back saying, hey, Abbas, you
Why
can,
don't you join?
you of all people cannot make paunch jokes. I'm like, why? Because I have a paunch that qualifies me even more.
Yeah, you can be a Maharashtrian MLA now.
What was
Yeah.
you saying? So, are you saying you're hurt?
No,
He's saying he
little
should
bit.
be the next CM. That's what he's saying.
No, but listen.
All right.
The fabulous thing about this, you're calling them rebel MLAs. They are now the genuine MLAs.
yeah, they are ruling MLAs, sorry.
Real guys. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never had a
Yeah.
curry. Cyrus, where's the best place to have
What?
curry?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I don't.
Yes, I have a Parsi friend make it for you. My friend
Oh my
Anaita makes the
God,
best akuri.
All the clubs. and
Hey,
clubs
Anaita
would
likes
agree.
me also. I'll come
No, one
to her
second.
place
Yeah.
to have it.
No, Anaita would be best if she feeds you. But you can go to Ideal, which is not too far from Baikala.
Oh, yes.
Fountain. Go to Ideal.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
they
No,
have
no,
every
Where, Cyrus? What's the
Done,
name
done,
again?
done.
daily
Cafe
lunch and
Ideal.
dinner you get akuri. Yeah.
Cafe
Done.
Ideal.
Then
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like military cafe also. I prefer
if
Parsi.
you have any friend who's a member of the CCI, they have a kick ass akuri. Really good.
I
Okay,
would like all
okay.
those Jimmy Boy and all that. In
I went to
Jimmy Boy,
it's okay.
outside.
It's
You ate
very
the
okay.
akuri? Yeah.
I didn't have a curry, but the food was okay. Like nothing to write home about, but not bad.
I can't believe. Abbas, you grew up in Baikala area and you've not eaten any akuri? Or
No, I haven't.
Hamisha says,
Hamisha is
yeah?
inviting
Past-
me. Sure,
Oh,
done, done.
Hemisha, I think I can't remember.
No,
Hemisha's Parsi married into a Catholic family or vice versa.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
she,
Yeah.
that's the third woman That's a third.
And she's
This
married,
guy,
Abbas. Wow.
This is just a harmless meal invitation.
Yeah. She's
How dare
asking
those
for food.
trollsters attack you about your paunch?
Exactly,
Kids
yeah.
love you.
I
So
know.
clearly, sorry, Silvani,
Alright.
I know you're younger, but sorry,
Yeah.
this guy's stolen the fire. We're out of
Correct.
business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quickly, can I get
I
to some
got
more
no
questions?
advice.
Yes, please.
Grim Fandango asks, Cyrus, what did you buy from Spain?
What kind of question is that? You know how much it costs to go to Spain? I don't want to buy anything. Yeah,
I think the answer lies early on in the show when Cyrus was mentioning about Kunal buying his first Mercedes, and he said that the maintenance cost as much as my Maruti 800, which means when Cyrus had the Maruti
No,
800,
I sold
Kunal was going
my
for the
Maruti.
Mercedes.
So that same year, he had to buy the light for the broken light of 65. I
Right.
sold the 800, which is about 10 years old, and I got 45,000 for it. So his light was 20,000 more than my car. So hello, there's something wrong with the society where the light, not both lights, one light is more than the car. That was a working car. Oh,
Did your
God.
wife and kids buy anything from Spain?
Aisha, at the end of the day, she buys 5 chocolates and then we divide them and pretend that. you know,
That's nice.
whoever
Yeah.
we remember.
Hey, but I saw
But-
Kunal eating paella. How was it?
So he actually ate properly, in spite of all his problems. But they walked a lot, Aisha and him. So
But how
I
did
think
it
that-
taste?
I don't like it because it's got that fishy smell, yeah. But they
Ah.
like it. If you okay with fishy smell, but again, fish is not my thing. It's not as bad as say burji, but it's in the top 20 worst foods that I have.
Again, burji is not bad. Burji is great. Depends on who makes it, of course.
Upma, burji, fish.
Poha
these
bad.
things are not my
Upma is
thing.
okay. I would agree.
Oh, yeah, there's a girl called Upma who's very sweet, though. Different story altogether. Could digest that, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Okay,
Okay, sure.
Let's
go.
Old man,
We
old man.
just have 9 minutes, huh?
Right, next one. Next one comes in from Girish
That's
Patil.
what she said.
All right. Girish Patil has asked, Cyrus, as a half lawyer, who do you think will retain the name Shiv Sena and its party symbol, Shinde or Thackeray?
I find this whole
question.
controversy, and I don't know if Girish will agree, it's a tongue-in-cheek question, of course, but I find this really fascinating because the whole point of Eknath Shinde's point is one thing we all know, look, it's ridiculous what he did. And it just exposes the ridiculous underbelly of politics in India, Karnataka, here, North India, everywhere. But the funny part is, technically what he's saying is that I'm loyal to Balasaheb, but why don't I be loyal to the rest of the family? So, you know, in the whole thing, that's actually a step forward. Of course, that's
Yeah,
bullshit,
also,
because that's not really what he means
doesn't
or
it-
thinks, because he wants to become CM. Yeah.
Doesn't it also make you think that Eknath Shinde won't rest easy ever? Because now he'll know, okay, I have now shown the world how to go about with the coup.
No.
So now
It's-
someone can
it's-
just do the same to me?
Of course. And the thing is,
But
it's not-
that's
it's
been
not
going on
him.
for ages, no? Coups.
But this should, humanity should
Like
understand
this
how most
internal
politicians-
party
That's
shit
the
like
that's
this.
the entire basis of the Sindhya
Yes.
family. That's what they've done through generations.
Exactly, that's a good example.
Yeah,
And that's an upwardly mobile, well-educated family which just exposes politicians of the world, not just India, as people who are just so Machiavellian, it's ridiculous. They can say anything, so people stop believing them. This world will be a better place. You know, it's just
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's
Because
true.
they'll switch parties, they'll switch philosophies, they'll switch religion. I promise you, they'll switch religion
Yeah,
if you give them the seat. There's no problem. All this
Absolutely.
bullshit will just fade away. And so this guy who's loyal to the family, he's one of the family loyalists. He just decided he has an opportunity and he moves on, and the family will be gone. That's it. But I don't know, one blow for nepotism. Haha. Who'll keep the
All
symbol? The question is, who'll keep the symbol? But how does it matter? And the saffronization of the country was started with Mr. Balasaheb Thackeray and Shiv Sena to some extent, and it's been robbed by the BJP now. If you
Yeah,
the word
yeah,
orange, you think BJP, or the generation after me will always think BJP. They'll never know Shiv Sena
Yep.
was orange. The way we grew up thinking of Shiv Sena.
Yeah.
So I don't know. This is just, it's really funny that brand ambassador and the symbols and all this can be just hijacked in one generation. So be careful. What is IVM's symbol? That's right. We are
IVM.
not well. We are not well. You saw that, I'm well.
It's a healthcare, the medical wala.
Yeah. Nurse required.
Cyrus, do you actually know the tagline though? Because very few people do. IVM has a tagline.
Oh, I thought Shiv Sena. I was worried. Yeah.
The tagline
yeah, I know.
is "We are in your ear."
Yeah.
But you say it with the R. We are in your
Yeah.
ear.
Ear.
Okay.
Who came up with
next
the
one?
tagline? Did we
I
pay a
think
lot of money
Amit.
for it?
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
Guess
It's
one
great.
guess, Cyrus, you get.
And it's a good one. I mean, it's a good choice.
All right. Next one comes in from your favorite Cyrus, John Lennon. Has asked-
Wow, back from the dead.
yeah, he says, why do people from Delhi expect other cities to serve their food? I am tired of them complaining how Bombay doesn't serve good chole bhature. Why would Bombay do
Yeah.
that?
See, that's not
I'm with
correct.
you, John.
No,
John,
no,
I'm
no,
with
no,
you.
no.
Bombay does have
By the way,
some decent
chole
chole
bhatura,
bhature
one of my
dishes, I
best,
must say.
one of my top 10 foods, and definitely one of my top 10 vegetarian foods of all time.
Yeah,
New Yorker,
agree.
New
That's
Yorker
great
Marine
food, yes.
Drive, fantastic chole bhatura.
It does.
Really?
Fantastic, guys.
Well,
That's
that
not
is
fair.
if you can survive the line to get in, because it is a huge line.
Not
Now
anymore.
it's not very
I think
crowded.
it's
Not
Now it's not very
popular.
crowded.
No. But back in the day, definitely. But I'm sure in other areas, in Kandivali, there must be.
You're saying New
No.
Yorker? New
No, we
Yorker,
don't
is it?
have like we
New
have
Yorker,
Guju food,
Marine Drive
Bengali
proper.
food, but not this.
But
But I agree with about why. I mean, why do Delhi people expect the same level of chole
No, so they
bhature
have more
here?
options. No, but exactly. So they have. I think it's more to do with the not the chole, honestly, because I think that is somewhat reciprocated everywhere almost correctly or whatever.
Huh,
But
huh.
it's the quality of
bhatura.
that's it.
See, Delhi people just like to complain. Yeah, they come to Bombay
Yeah.
and they
No, no.
start complaining from the time they get
Yeah.
out
You
of
gotta
the
give
airport.
Delhi.
ये
Delhi
खाना
has
है,
better food.
ये
than
खाना
Bombay.
है. अरे तो
Delhi,
मत खा.
Huh.
don't be like that. Don't be
These
like that.
roads are so
Delhi-
small here. You
Ah.
live in
Delhi
houses
food-
like this.
Delhi
But
food, veg
is-
and non-veg.
but
is
they're
better.
right about all these
No,
things.
no.
Agreed. But then don't come to Bombay and say that you don't have food. In Bombay, you can
Please just
easily
pointing
have.
out. Why do
पेट भर के
this is the
खाना
woke
काम-
culture again? Why
You
can't you
can
take
go
it
What it
take
is,
it on
though.
the chin
See,
No.
that your
the
city's
thing is-
food is not as good as somebody else's city? What's the big deal? Why do you have to
But
feel bad?
don't
and-
insult the food culture of the city you're in. No, yeah,
Huh,
Bombay
and
has
Oh
its
God, now
own.
you sound like a right-wing foodie. What the hell is going on?
No, listen, they have other problems. Like I address waiters by names, and I'm like, "Aap ye laenge," and all. They're like, "How
But
can
guys,
you
don't
talk-
we
why
go
are
to
you
Delhi
flirting
and
with
say,
a
oh, it's
waiter?"
not safe. Why do we do that? Hey, gotcha.
Because
that's
it's
your-
really
that's
not
the-
safe.
Next.
That's the person you're dating.
Yes.
It's nothing to do with that guy.
By the way,
Please don't
Silvery
do
has
that.
a girlfriend is another topic that keeps getting requested for us.
Who
to
has a
discuss.
girlfriend?
But now we don't have time to discuss it.
Good. So next go to the next,
You.
next question.
Also,
There you go.
the girlfriend.
All right. Yes, Cyrus?
Oh, Cyrus is frozen. I think Cyrus's time is up.
Oh, okay. They cut off his internet.
Oh man.
Oh god. Should we just
Should
do
we
one more
wait
question?
for
then?
Cyrus?
Yeah,
Are you back?
quickly.
Yes,
Yes.
quickly.
I was always here. I didn't go anywhere.
Okay.
It is Karol. Why is it Chandivali?
Correct. Yeah. Okay, last question comes from Achintya Talapadatur. Sorry.
I think it's an important name.
Achintya has asked.
We should have a Portuguese anchor. What difference does it make, right?
Yeah. Achintya has asked, hey guys, any thoughts on Andrew Schultz's new special not being streamed as he refused to censor his jokes? That's
Who do you think the
in a
streamer
way,
was? Netflix.
I think he had sold it to Netflix, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I think that's what it was. And they must have asked to
I'm on
censor
Andrew-
jokes, and then he was.
I'm on Andrew Schultz's side, although I have to leave it to
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I can respect that.
stop the censorship crap. Supposed to be land of the free. Enough is enough. It's one thing that we are not allowed to do it, but if they aren't allowed
I'm
to do
on
they
it.
must
So
just
now
come
he's-
from America.
Now he's selling his special on his website. As long as his special is for under $5, I am on his side.
Did you hear him on Joe Rogan say that Netflix is finished?
Dead.
And this, that, the
Yeah,
other,
it's
and then-
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gave a whole explanation about how YouTube
He'll be
is-
back on it.
how
He has
Joe
stopped
Rogan is
saying
bigger.
that. But after he sold the Netflix special, he had stopped saying that, and he had like
Now
addressed
he's saying
why
again.
he doesn't
And
feel
now
that
he's back.
anymore. And now he'll
Yeah.
say that right again. Yeah. So he's
So another politician,
But
Andrew
it is
Schultz. Probably ex-Shiv Sena, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Schultz sounds like a Marathi surname also. Schultz.
Very much.
Schultz type.
Andrew. And Andy Bhai.
Yeah.
Andy Bhai is definitely from our
Andrew
Schultz
Schultz
type.
Shinde.
I bet I'll meet him on my long drive back. Okay, guys, it's time to bid goodbye
Okay.
to Kajol,
All right.
who's been
Bye-bye.
next to
I think
Oh, yeah. Kaustav just tapped you on the shoulder.
You know what?
That's
You know what?
bossy.
You know what? Let me do the
Hey,
goodbye since
time
I'm in the studio. Since I'm in the studio. All right.
He tapped me.
So
He tapped. Okay.
Yeah, sorry,
I should say
go ahead.
he tapped me with the right hand and touched me with the left. So different. And Kajol, you were saying?
Kajol, you-
I think I should do the goodbye since I'm the only one in the studio. No?
Yes,
please.
absolutely.
Good,
You
good,
should.
we're waiting.
You're right.
All right. So thank you people for signing in to Cock and
Nobody
Bull.
signed in.
And
Thank
you for
Single
listening.
person.
and this is me at the studio, Kajol, Lol Rakshak. And since everyone else
How dumb do you think they are? They know it's you. They can see you. That's not the way to do a professional goodbye. Let Silvery do it. Learn from the master. Silvery.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Never turn up. Yours are always bye. It's a permanent freaking bye, right? You're never there. There's no hi. It's bye. That's
Yeah.
it. From start to
Yeah,
finish.
See you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Bye bye.
I'll be there. Rishi will be there. None of you will be there. Okay. Bye.
I'll try to be there. Bye bye.
Yeah.